Welcome back, everybody, to the continuation of our Let's Play of space exploration, Krastorio 2 and AAI vehicles. So, I've done exactly how I said I have done it. I have set up one of the smelter blocks over here to turn Vitamelange nuggets into Vitamelange roast. A little bit annoying that these icons are basically the same, just a different tint of green, but so be it. But there is something very, very fun happening in over here. Let's see if we can see it happen. There we go. You see that? All of the smelters over here just turned off for a second. Let's wait for it again. It should happen any second. Oh, never mind. This way around, it will not happen anymore. The thing that's happening over here is we can actually see it happen right now. Actually, it's a bit of a bad example, but yeah, the productivity bonus that we have in these machines is 50%. That means every second craft, we have 100 Vitamelange roast sitting in the output, and that is actually exceeding the output capacity for this building, which means every 2 crafts, this whole thing just turns itself off for like a quick second. Now, there's one way we could fix that. Let's just get some of these out. There we go. This is one way to fix it. Just offset it a little bit. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let me get this up for free either way. So that it doesn't happen all the time. We now have a productivity bonus of 48%. It will still happen, but it will only happen every now and then. And the reason why this is happening is we have more or less something that you could call like, what's the English term for it? Another German term for it, but I don't know what the English term for this. But the point of resonance is maybe a good term for it. And it only happens because, well, because the productivity bonus over here aligns. It would happen at 10% every 10 times, at 20% every 5 times, at 50% every 2 times. At 48%, it will happen every... when will it happen? It will happen rare. It will happen way, way more rare. But that is fine. That is just a small, fun thing that sometimes happens, which you do have to look out for every now and then. Good. The other way, of course, to solve this would be to have faster inserters. Speaking of faster inserters, do we get faster inserters? Where are they? They're over here. Wow, those are deep. That is material science, material packs 2 and astronomic packs 2. Then we get access to the superior inserters, and the superior inserters would probably solve this issue altogether. Good. Of course, we could also go for a bit more inserter stack bonus, but we are already at maximum size over here, so that is gonna take a while. Good. In the meantime, we now got the roast, and we now need to think about what we do with the roast and how we can turn that roast into the next level of products. I think we were crafting over here. Here, park it over there, please. So, going from the roast, that is the nuggets, that is the roast. The roast itself can only be turned into spice, and there's only one way of doing that, by crafting it into a spice machine over there. There we go. You over there, you will be doing... Where is it even? There we go. There's the spice. We can put prot mods in there. Quite a lot of them. Perfect. Let's maybe see if we can make a maximum efficiency machine over here. There we go. Pick it up, please. Also deactivate our bots. It is fine. Technically we can place up to 8 around this thing. If we do something like this, we can't place any more than that. But of course, feeding these, well, technically it's possible. But practically, I think this will just give us a cleaner build. And not only a cleaner build, it will also be a nicer build. So, if we want to make the spice, yet again, halves it down. So, we are going to put in 2 belts on the outside and 1 belt on the inside. We could think about something like this, something like that, and then something like this. Easy peasy, straightforward build. Nothing to sneeze at. Nothing super duper exciting over here. There we go. Then we put these over there. Yeah, let's do it like this. There we go. Good. So with this, we then convert it. Actually, if we think about it, it does half it down, but with the productivity bonus we're going to get, we are actually almost going to one-to-one this. So that's a thing we have to think about. The recipe itself has a crafting time of 1. If we use a full speed machine over here, it has a crafting speed of 5.625. I remember those numbers. And then 5.625. That will be the output plus 40%. 5.625 times 1.4. There we go. 7875. Is that really our output crafting speed? Really now? 562.5. Yep, that is it. Unless I misinterpret something over here. No. Is that going with full speed modules? No, it's not. This one is. Ah, there we go. I looked at the wrong machine. So we've got a crafting speed of 7.025. And then times 1.4. Good. So we got the crafting input speed of 7 and the crafting output speed of about 10. Let's just take those numbers, which means for the input over here, let's just put you down over here real quick so I can see the recipe. You will want to have 7 items in per second and you push out 10 items. 5 items per second out. Good. So 7 in, 7, 21. Let's extend. This is 42. That is technically already the limit of the blue belt. And then out comes 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Now, that's a bit too much. If we split it off like this, technically, all of this is red belt. And then we could just go out with 2 red belts for now and just call it a day. Sure, I'll take that. 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. All of this goes out, all of this goes in. Nothing to be done over there. Perfect. And then we just make 2 of them. Because we can. Not because we should, because we can. And give it some good power. And ooh, if we move this inserter up by 1 and this inserter up by 1, then this power pole over here can fire up everything. And we are done so. Give it some lamps, because the lamps are cool. There we go. And then we're going to have one of these. And then give it a gap of 2 at least. Maybe we want to filter something through. Also, we do need to hook up these over there. Perfect, perfect. Good. That is going to make spice. Now, the roast itself is only required for the spice. The spice, we need it for the extract. That, again, is halving it down. And we need the spice for space research. So, how do we do this now? We could splice off some of the spice. We could make one machine that just makes this, and another machine that makes this plus spice. Maybe like that. Actually, the extract, sorry. And then the extract is also needed for a couple of things. Or we combine everything up, make one big machine, and we just split off things and move them left or right. I think that might be better. Yeah, let's make a ground machine for that then. So let's make some building blocks. Once we got the spice, we can cook it up into the extract, and for that we need one of these. There we go. Also do this, please. There we go. We turn that into spice. Give it this. You got a crafting speed of 5.87 times 30% this time. So input crafting speed is 5.8. Output crafting speed is 7.6. That is good. So we halve it down again. Which means you over here, you do eat 1 spice per second. So you eat 5.87 per second. There we go. And we can make the same build over here. The exact same build. Did we do this back to back to back? We did do this back to back to back. Ooh. Here we go. I don't see any problem in doing a build like this. There we go. Pick you up. And then we just replace all of this again. And then also place this in the middle. There we go. Something feels fairly off over here. Yeah, this one is 1 too far away. There we go. And then it's going to be output. Something is very different over here. Okay, I see. Can we just move you up by 1? I do want to keep these builds similar, if possible. Else things might be confusing. Here we go. And then output, 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 extendo. I think we can just make the same build. The exact same build. Here we go. And then we just place you over there. You get a friend over there. Here we go. Then we pick all of this up. And we go like this. Though, wait, will it be the exact same build? This does have a lower crafting speed, so things will be different. If we get a full input, and the full input over here is going to be... Now, I removed this one by accident. We do need you to check crafting speeds. Full input over here would mean... That's the wrong machine. This one. And then undo this one. And maybe move you over there, because that's where you need to be. Good, I got things under control. Absolutely. You eat 5.8 items per second. 5.8, that is over here 17.4 items per second. That is over here 34.8 items per second. I guess we can go with that, and then we put out less than that. If we put another one on top of this, we will definitely break... Well, will we? I guess we can do that. Just place another one on top. Remove this real quick. We will have faster belts at some point in time. And actually, not at some point in time. We already have faster belts. We could go with something like this. And this will then... Now, this one will be a bit tricky then. Something to be eaten. Nothing important. Because your output crafting speed is 7.6. So together this is 15. Yeah, this block together is 1 blue belt. Oh, actually, that will not be too hard then. If this is 1 blue belt, let's get rid of all of these undergrounds, please. Then we get this, and then if this is also 1 blue belt, then we get this. And that kind of makes sense if you think about it. I mean, 2 blue belts go in, we half it down. And then we get... Wait, this doesn't make no... Wait a minute. Something is very wrong over here. We half it down. We do half it down, don't we? We half it down. Yeah, we half it down. So 2 belts go in, 1 belt comes out, and now we somehow have managed to get 2 belts in, and we get 3 belts out. Wait a minute. This is completely wrong. So your output crafting speed is 7.6. Ah, yeah, there's the factor of 2 I'm missing. So this together is 7.6. This is 15. This is 30. Oh wait, this is 30. This is 60. This is 75. This is a bit more. There we go. There we go. So we need to do the split down here. And then you just do this, and then you go under, over. There we go. And then this one over here can go straight. There we go. And yes, getting down 2 blue belts, that makes more sense. And then so this is 15. That is 30. And then this is 15, that's 30, and that is then a bit over 30. Actually 37.5. So that will be fine as well. Good. So that is the spice. And then we need to turn the spice into the Vitalic acid as well. And that's done in one of these again. And then we need to balance everything on top of each other. That's going to be the next big thing. Okay, you over there, you are going to be making the Vitalic acid, which we have not researched yet. Ah, yeah, we can only research this once we have the biological pack in. Okay. But we could assume that we know what we're doing. We always can assume that we know what we're doing. We are very good at that. This is yet again another half down with some nitric acid on top and some glass as a secondary input. Okay. So for now, we could probably just use this recipe as a placeholder. And I'm just going to put it in so that I can reassert myself from the crafting speed over there. That is 7 going in and 9 going out. Good. Okay, okay. Okay, I see how we're going to do this then. Perfect. Then Let's make one more build. This one will be a bit different, which is the reason why I'm going to do it all the way over here. For this one, we do need to keep in mind things like pipes and stuff like that, and a secondary input. Now, the secondary input is the thing that's going to be probably the hard thing. Let's go with the basic template again. Yeah, this does need a lot of extract and a lot of glass in. Each machine does need 7 point... No, wait. Each machine does need 7 glass per second. As well as, well, 14 Vitamelange extract per second. Actually, oof, now to think about that, going at those crafting speeds, we probably need 2 of these over here. Else we will not be able to satisfy this building over here. Here we go. Here we go. Give it an upgrade, please. Here we go. There we go. That should all be fine. Good. Same over here. You over there, you need some extra speed. There we go. And then there we go. There we go. You also need some extra power. Yeah, that's a bit of a bummer now. Used to be that we could place power over here. Well, we can't do that anymore. Unless we can. Wait. Yes, we can. It's gonna be a fun one. There we go. Can we? I think we can. Wait a minute. You go this way. No, we cannot. God dang it. Revert that, please. Oh, I reverted something else. Dang. It was this thing over there. Good. Yeah, we will just figure out power in a different way over here then. Always nice if you can use like a single substation to power everything, but I think over here we will just have to do basic poles or something like that. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Good. But we can always power up things later on. So, back to this thing then. We need a lot of input. We can definitely do it if we space these apart a bit further. I mean, I think I might see a way to do this. Imagine having a blue belt over here going as fast as possible. That blue belt is coming from down here somewhere. And then imagine having another blue belt over here. Doing a bit of the twirly-whirly. There we go. That should do the trick. Sure, it works. And then place it over there as well. And then again, with the standard outputs. There we go, there we go, there we go. Remove these. Good. Ha. And now comes the other big issue. So those liquids we've been talking about, how do we put them in? This thing over here is completely shut in. These over here will be fine. Those over there will be fine. We can manage to do it if we lift you up by 1. Then we got all the space that we need, because then we can do liquids like this. Over here, over there, over there, over here. And then we either connect this out to the side or we connect this up to somewhere else. It doesn't really matter, but that will work just fine. Perfect. Good. So that will be the build for the Vitalic acid. And after the acid, we can still turn it into epoxy, which is again a halfway down. Yes. Okay. We could also straight away make the epoxy build. You can already see where this is going. We're gonna have probably a big block over here making the spice, then a whole big block making the extract, then a smaller block making the acid, and yet another smaller block making the epoxy. Now the epoxy again over here is another half it down. It also needs the Vitalic reagent, which is yet again made out of the Vitamelange extract. Whew. That's a lot of builds. So there's two ways we could do this. Usually, if you have a case like this, in my opinion, it makes a lot of sense to make one big build that does everything. And then you just bring in the resources that you need and you take out the products that you want. Other ways of doing this would be to make a big station where you just make one product, put it back on the train, and then let the train system handle it. I don't really want to do that. I want to make a big build. Big builds are fun, in my opinion. So let's try to figure that out as well. So for the reagent, when can we get this build? That is biological packs 2. Okay, and I saw the epoxy down there as well. That's over here. And then the self-healing gel over here. This one over there is... Okay. Okay, that's the thing we can only make in space. Perfect. So the whole thing stops over there. Okay, then we're almost there. The reagent then. Done in a chemical plant. That is a quarter down. But it does require triple inputs. Triple inputs, you say? Trips? Can we really do trips with this build? I mean, placing as many as we can around the beacon is definitely the way we want to do this. Well, we can half and half the... Yeah, actually, not that big of a problem. We half and half the vulcanite box and the extract. Because either way, we're only going to have a belt of lithium chloride going through. So we could just do it the same way as we did it over there. Just a bit smaller. There we go. So you over there, flip. You over there, and then cut. Move you up by 1. Move you up by 1. And then we could go with this. And then at the end of the day, the only thing we need to do is to figure out how many blocks we need and how big this thing will be. Good. So that will be yet another block. Do give it some lamps before we forget. There we go. Okay, you get lamps later. You're a bit more tricky. And then the epoxy. Epoxy, same thing yet again. We can use this build over here also for the epoxy. So, okay. So we got a lot of blocks now. Okay. Maybe going from the... Let's start with the epoxy. Let's build it in reverse and see how much we need. So one build of epoxy needs 2 builds of reagent. Yeah, that's exactly how we're gonna do it. Okay, let's put it down in numbers. Let's just put it down in numbers. We know this trick. We have done this many times before. There we go. Put down some combinators. And then start up here with one of these. There you go. We want to make... Looking at the clock, yeah, we can get it in 7 minutes. Is the epoxy the top level 1 or the reagent the top level 1? The epoxy is the top level 1. Perfect. So, 1 epoxy. 1 build, same crafting speed of epoxy. Is going to go into... There it is, reagent. Actually, the reagent needs to be over here, and this is where the epoxy is. Here's the EPO. Into this, and also we need Vitalic acid. So over there, EPO, there we go, goes into 2 builds of reagent. That is reagent again. What was the other thing? Dang. Oh, we have to check it then. Acid, the acid. Where is it? There we go, there it is. Good. So that is step number 1. Then, of course, the Vitalic reagent build. 1 build requires 4. So you go reagent, into 4 times the amount of, what do we need over here? Extract. There we go. And then the acid build needs double the amount of acid. Not acid, of extract. So we combine this up and we combine that up. Good. Then next step. That is for the extract, and then extract needs double the amount of spice. So we can again combine this up then. So you do extract into spice, and we need twice the amount of builds of that. Good. Then we combine these two up. And then spice comes from the roast, and that is it again, another double down. So spice comes from the roast. Here we go, and then we double that down as well. And then we have a clear visualization of the things that we need to do. Good. So at the end of the day, we need 32 builds of the spice for 1 build of the roast, or of 1 build of the epoxy to get all the way over there. Whew. Sounds like fun. Okay. Then the question is, how much do we need of the epoxy at the end? What do we need the epoxy for? We do need it for things like nanomaterial. We do need it for things like the self-healing gel. Quite a lot, actually. That would double this down again. Well, if we want to make this at the same speed, we need to double that down again. We do need it for the Biological Science Packs 4. And then probably also for some science parts over here. What does this give us? This gives us decompression resistance data. Oh god, we are venting biters into space. Sure, that sounds to be fun. Okay. Good, but now we have a natural ratio, and I think that's exactly the way we're going to build it. And you might just think, these numbers over here, how do you going to calculate those? Well, we're just going to compare crafting speeds, more or less. We could then, again, do the next step and maybe compare this or build this with maximum prot mods in mind, and then try to make a build out of that. But what we will have in the end is going to be, well, technically, we could just go with 32 of these, 16 of these, and then that is 16 of these, 8 of the extracts, 2 of these, 1 of these, and then build it that way. But then again, we want to make it a bit bigger. I'll figure out those numbers, but you can see over here, the builds over here are not going to be that complicated. So it will just be me mixing and matching the stuff a bit. And then at the end of the day, the only thing we need to do is to supply everything with the appropriate amount of resources. And the lithium chloride we have on the train system, the vulcanite block we have in the train system. Everything else is made. Sulfur we definitely have in the train system. As well as the glass, and then everything else comes from the spice, and all the in-between steps we will be exporting. So we will take half of it and export it, and then use the other half to make the deeper product. And then comes the big question, how do we balance this whole thing? What I would want to have is no idle machines. That is the decision I want to have. No idle machines means I guess we're going to prioritize everything going into the epoxy, but that would then also mean that we also want to export it. So I guess we overbuild each section by maybe 50%, prioritize the output into the next section, and then the overflow goes into the train station. I guess that's going to be the way we're gonna do it. And those are just the numbers I pulled out of my arse. I'm very good at that, pulling numbers out of my arse. But let's see how far we can get with that. Good! So, if you do like what you see, please do leave a like, a follow, a comment, a subscription. Every one of those actions does help me out in growing this channel into something bloody amazing. And oh boy, has this channel been growing. I absolutely enjoy watching the growth every day. We are now sitting at 949 subscribers, only 51 away from the magical 1000. And I'm very much looking forward to that first big YouTube milestone. Then you can also find me on twitch.tv/BoldViking, where we're doing even more Factorio, even more RimWorld, even more GTFO, and even more. They are billions. Check the schedule on the Discord or on the YouTube channel for that. And without further ado, I wish you all an amazing evening, and until next time, see you around!